today we're gonna make a vlog.
Oh yeah, I hit the.
We're gonna make a vlog, but today, well, yesterday technically,
Oh.
is the 10-year anniversary.
Wow.
Of me being a full-time creative, full-time entrepreneur.
Come on, somebody.
It's been 10 years. June 2015 is when I started being a full-time artist. Initially, I was a rapper / label guy, and then I rolled it into the YouTube. So yeah, I have a genuine question.
Solopreneur. Now you have an office to be solo again.
And now I have
it's
another
nice little
solo
inclusio.
office. It is. Isn't that cool?
Now you're working alone in a room again.
Now I'm working alone in the room, a full circle. But yeah, 10 years, 2015, I was on tour with the Dream Junkies, coming back from South by Southwest. And I was working at my church at the time. I've been there for a little over a year and a half. And my spidey senses were tingling that they were not fond of me leaving so much to go do rap shows.
Be like that.
So I called my wife, who was a stay-at-home mom and had a Levi would have been like 5 months old at the time, 6 months old. And I said, hey, do you think we should start praying about me transitioning into YouTube? Into being a full-time artist. And she was like, I don't think there's anything to pray about. I think you need to come home, put in 2 week notice. I've told that story in multiple talks and multiple podcasts. You know what's hilarious about that?
Yeah.
Me and Monette were having this conversation. She does not remember that.
That's insane. I've been hearing that for like 8 years.
I was like, I remember the diner I was at. We were in New Mexico.
Yeah.
The guys walked off to go get ponchos. I think Alex Faith was on tour with us. They came back with these big old ponchos. I remember being on the phone with you. I remembered like everything. And she's like, she does not remember. She was like, it must have been my postpartum mom brain. And
he's like, sure, just quit your job.
No, it wasn't even like that. It was a very certain.
Yeah.
I think you need to come in. I think you need to come back and put in a 2 week notice. It was very confident, very certain. I wonder if she hadn't just had a baby, would she have been as confident? You know what I mean? But
interesting. So
anyway, we transitioned in 2015, summer 2015, June 2015, and we struggled for years. Zach came around in 2017.
Yeah.
The Dream Junkies thing had imploded. Literally like a month or two after that.
The first time we hung out.
It was just me venting to you about my life.
I was like, wow.
Poor Zach.
My idols.
You haven't even graduated high school yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you came around the week before your graduation or right after your graduation.
Yeah, something like that.
And so the Dream Junkies thing imploded, which, by the way, super, super fun time, super fun music. And struggled for quite a few years. Because I also had the condo next door rented.
You struggled in peace, man.
Yeah. The condo next door was also like I had 2 rents to pay. And
you like had a space, like a workspace.
Actual working space, yeah.
Usually way earlier than most people would have like a workspace. Which is pretty awesome.
Yep. And so that
held it afloat.
That was a very trying time. And the phrase that I kept saying, Zach would roast me for it. And I said it all the time. John Keith would be around. Jet Trouble would be around. Paul Russell would be around. I kept saying this phrase. What was the phrase?
Something gonna pop. Something gonna pop.
Something gonna pop.
We go, wow, that's crazy. Something gonna pop. Something would happen. I don't know.
Because I was running a boutique Christian rap label. I was putting out music, quite a bit of music.
Yeah.
I think like 2 albums in 2017. Bunch project in 2018, 2019. Like I was working.
Yeah.
And something popped when Zach pulled up one day and said, hey, I got this thing. It's called a cam link. You could plug it in. We could plug in my nice camera and go live on YouTube.
Yeah.
That video is still up.
Yeah, I was a lean bean, man.
That video is still up. And we went live, and then I borrowed the video switcher from the movement, and then I realized you can go live with multiple cameras.
Come on.
And then I got the podcast pop in 2019, put out an album in 2019. 2020, things are starting to look up because I did NACA and did decent, had some college shows booked going into 2020, and then everything gets canceled and shut down. And then I ended up having one of my best years in 2020 because sync licensing and YouTube popped off end of 2020 and 2021.
That's pretty funny.
You came on part-time, full-time? I don't know what you technically
part-time for the beginning of January. At the beginning of the year 2021, and then I came on full-time by August 2021.
Full-time August 2021, and then Chris came on 2022 when we had launched a podcast. We brought the podcast back
think
after
2023.
going on Tim Ross's. No, we were in this room in 2023 already. He came on the end of 2022.
Oh wow, okay.
We came on full time.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, you're
the
right.
beginning of 2023, and we're gonna do a day in the life vlog over here, just to kind of celebrate it. But yeah, so 10 years of doing some form of this on the full-time side, and it's evolved. So this is the full-time rapper episode 1.
This is your Casey Neistat era.
2015, Casey Neistat era. That's when we were at the old place. So I think, chat, I think we're gonna do one. Oh, yo, real quick. That was a beater. Someone sold me that car.
Celica, right?
No.
Oh.
That's like a Dodge or something. Someone sold me that thing for.
That was an in-between car. It's like a car you don't even talk about because you only had it for 6 months because it was that bad.
So someone sold me that for like $500, and they knew me from the church. They sold me that car, and I drove it to LA with no AC.
So you said it's a 10-year anniversary, but it says this is 8 years.
Yeah, it's a re-upload. This is a re-upload. Okay, it's a re-upload. If you go some of the earlier
North
ones.
Coast. Shout out North Coast.
Yeah, I went to North Coast. What was I doing at North Coast that day?
You were meeting with George on your music video. I've
Look
watched
at
this over a few
George.
times.
Yeah.
Charlie Power.
So this is June 1st, 2025. I'm sorry, June 1st, 2015. Days a full-time rapper. The funny thing is, George is our creative pastor now.
At Rhythm.
At Rhythm.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I also like how he's working on side work at North Coast. Like he's got a whole edit open. Like that's egregious.
Yo.
Day in the life of a church employee, bro.
Yo. That is wild. Someone said Ruslan with a 3-bunch. Play the rest. I want to see where this. I think I go to LA.
Okay.
In like a 15-year-old car with no AC, bro.
You ran the Jordan shirt. Can't even see it.
I was in
Yep,
Hollywood.
Yeah. Oh, and then you met with what's this?
Zombiac.
Zombiac.
Yeah, Zombiac. That's the homie. Zombiac used to do all of our designs back in the King's Dream days.
Yeah. So you met. You're like, I also like how for like the aesthetics. And then back then it was like I need a vlog and I need to go on a bunch of meetings, and that's how I'm like.
You look important.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drive it to LA to talk to the designer instead of giving him a FaceTime call.
No, I legit just have to be up there.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It looks like you did a little men's group.
Yeah, did the Monday Night Bible Study, which I think I'm gonna bring back. Mm-hmm. Shout out to John Gibbs, one of the Dream Junkies. We're
come on, somebody.
We're on great terms now, but we went through a pretty rough season, and then go back.
And then this is
Levi. It's when I used to put my family and stuff.
I know the Levi. He looks nothing like that anymore. So you'll still never know.
He is 10 years old.
That's an angle.
Yeah. And by the way, all you guys that try to clown me for my hair, that's my hairline. It's the same hairline for 10 years. I just don't like that it's so high. I've had that hairline since like I was in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My brother-in-law tried to say that I was balding, and then I showed a picture of him, me like jet skiing when I was like 13, and it was like the same hairline, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, you just got a really bad hairline."
Yeah, I just got a really bad hairline.
It's all good. I like your hairline.
10 years ago, should we do a day in the life today? Substantially more boring. Let me tell you, I don't go to LA. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Drop a one in the chat if y'all want to see a day in the life 10 years later.
It'd probably look closer to
a rapper.
It would look closer to an episode of The Office.
I'm not gonna lie though. Yeah, kind of. I am excited to be in the new studio because I do have a new studio, so it'd be fun to show them that.
Yep.
Fun to show them working on new music.
And the gym, the home gym.
The home gym's here now.
It's also like everything, all the developments are really cool, and to some people like really massive luxuries, but they're all like very humble. Like it's a tough shed that's converted. It's not like here's my 1,000 square foot home gym with the. So it's like
Someone
a
said,
fun
a studio tour. Maybe we can kind of do that mocking cribs tour as well.
Yeah.
I think that'd be funny. My wife is in some of those vlogs. If you guys ever were curious about my wife, she's not gonna hop in anything now, but she's in a lot of that stuff. So studio tour. We'll do a studio tour. We'll do a studio tour house. How long do y'all usually hang out in the studio right now? We're here 9:30 to 5:30.
Yep.
The issue is I can't get anything done here. Like anything that I want to get done, I could barely respond to email or do Instagram just because I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I
can't write in here.
I get why
I can't work on music in here.
I get why companies have
separate spaces.
Yeah, little office spaces. Yeah. Like it really helps. For us, it works because we're all working generally on the same things. And so we're collaborating. So you're hearing So why'd you go, hey, I need help with this thumbnail. I go, ooh, I would adjust that. He's like, oh, that's a good idea. And I go, hey guys, I need help with this video title idea. They all stop and look. And you're like trying to write a book, and everyone's like,
it was awful. You know,
one, 2, or 3.
Yo, you know where I wrote? You know where I wrote this at? Zach, where did I go? Where did I disappear to go write this at?
I don't remember.
The local Vista Public Library that has a room that's quiet that you can go into within the library.
That's
like
fire.
the library is already quiet, and I had to go into the library to write this because I could not write the daggone.
That's why people go on writing retreats.
People go on writing retreats.
Because they're like, I need to get out.
It was pretty brutal. So I want you guys to know, Occupied Till I Come, 60-day devotional on sale for our big Father's Day sale. 35 days in the Old Testament, 25 days in the New Testament. This is where we actually transition into the New Testament, day 36. And what's cool about this is we have a reading that you go through. There's a verse here that kind of summarizes the reading, and then there is a additional chapter of reading with custom journal prompts at the end of each reading. So there's also a section for prayer requests. I always recommend you keep track of your prayers. Why are we telling you guys about this? Well, to show off our brand new amazing overhead camera, but because we're doing our biggest sale ever, well, excuse me, not our biggest sale this year. I think our biggest sale since Black Friday or Christmas, and this is $22. We usually have these upwards of $40. They're pretty much 50% off, available right now, and along with our entire Priest, Provider, Protector collection. So Father's Day always gets slept on. Don't sleep on fathers. Go scoop your father, your grandfather, your mentor, your pastor. Get them something. Get something for yourself. Every time you put this on, you're reminding yourself what it is that you are called to as a man of God, to be a priest, provider, protector of your home. We also have the individual pieces. We got some puzzles on here. We got the long sleeves. We got our cheapest hoodie we've ever made, $45 hoodie, same blank as this oversized tee, this is the one I'm wearing, Lane 7. So go to blessgod.shop, get that now. I think you guys will appreciate it. Get your Father's Day shopping done. Like, knock it out. Don't worry about it later.